Well, hey guys, this is Dove218 Paranormal Video Gamer here. Sorry, I'm getting used to doing this new live thing on YouTube. It's actually pretty cool, honestly. I'm just trying to go into my thing here so everybody kind of knows, like, um, my channel and whatnot. Okay, so I've had a couple people contact me and essentially ask me, um, why do you not want to buy the Nintendo Switch? Well, I will give you my personal reasons why I will not buy a Nintendo Switch. You will never see a Nintendo Switch on my channel. You will not see Nintendo gameplay on my channels. Number one, Nintendo is notorious for streamers like me, gamers like me, who they do not allow you to play any game of theirs on YouTube and broadcast it or record it and put it out there, even if it's just a simple gameplay of you and friends just having fun. They will flag the video and your video will get removed. I have had countless videos on this account terminated and deleted because they were a Nintendo stream or they were a Nintendo recording. And it's really strange to me that, Nintendo feels the need to pretty much go after streamers who just honestly just want to do gameplay and they just want to share the experience of gameplay to people. I just find it very odd and very strange that Nintendo has decided to do that, and I think Nintendo definitely needs to think about their situation. They need to sit down. They need to say, "Hey, do we really want to go after these people that are going to, you know, broadcast gameplay, show how to beat certain things, and I don't know why it says Minecraft on there, but whatever. But anyway, go after people that just really want to, you know, just really want to understand, um, like they just really want to play games. They just want to, do their thing with their friends. So that's number one why you will never see Nintendo stuff on my channel ever again. Because Nintendo has flagged, I can't even tell you how many videos they flagged of my videos. There have been countless videos that they have flagged, and it's ridiculous. Like, you would think that Nintendo would be sitting there and be grateful that people are playing their old games and still playing their games and broadcasting. And for me, that's free advertising to that particular company. So let me clear that real quick. But yeah, like for me at least, I kind of feel like it's advertising for Nintendo. And, you know, I kind of think it's one of those things that you've been a Nintendo person. I was a Nintendo fan for many, many, many years, and I defended Nintendo for the longest time. So it's whatever. But number two, the reason you won't find any Nintendo stuff on my channel, especially with Switch, is the cost of the Switch. A lot of people think that when you're paying $299, $300 for the Nintendo Switch, you're going to get games with it and you're going to get a memory card with it. No, those you have to buy separately. So you buy the Switch for $299, okay? And that's just the base model. That is not some of the more expensive models that apparently they're going to be releasing. The base model is $299. Okay, so you're spending $299 on the system. Okay? and you're not getting a memory card, and you're not getting a game with it. You're spending $299, and that's it. The base memory on the Nintendo Switch is pretty atrocious. I was told by multiple people that it's only 32 gigabytes of memory. 32 gigabytes. So you have to purchase more gigs in order to fit some of the games on there. So let's say that you purchase a Switch, you got it all set up, and one of those games happens to be 30 gigabytes or more, 31 gigabytes. You've pretty much, on one game, taken your whole memory on your system to play one game. Now you have to go out and buy memory cards. Oh, but here's the other thing that apparently has been going on with Nintendo Switch. You cannot use third-party memory cards. You have to use Nintendo brand memory cards. Oh, and by the way, they're $80 a pop. So that's $80 you have to spend on a Nintendo official card because you can't use third-party cards because they don't fit the system. So you're spending $80 on a memory card. Let's say another 32 gigs. Now, I'm not saying that that's what it's going to be, but I'm saying as a guess, it's probably going to be a 32 gig card for $60 and probably a 64 gig card for $80 or $100. So you're spending $60 on a 32 gig card, and now you've got 64 gigabytes for your system, but you can only install maybe 3-4 games. Then you have to buy a bigger memory card, so you have to buy a 120 gig memory card just to keep up with all the games that you could have put if it had been put with a hard drive, like PS4 or Xbox One. So now you have to spend $299 for the system. You have to spend probably $60 for a new game because their used games are not going to come out for quite a while. So there's 360 plus another 60, so that's, 400 and some odd dollars. Okay, $420. Oh, you want to play with friends? Well, you have to purchase extra controllers. Oh, and the extra controllers are going to run you anywhere between $80 and $90 for one. Now, PlayStation 3 controllers you can get for about $20 now. PlayStation 4 controllers, about $45. Xbox One, about there, $40. Oh, but you have to spend $90 on another controller. So you got another controller you have to spend money on. So you and your buddy are playing a system that's about $500 right now. So $500, a little over $500, I should say. So $500. Oh, you want the extra controller, so the little gamepad. So that's another $45. So hey, okay, another $45 because some games only work with the gamepad. They don't work with the Nintendo Switch controller. Some of them do, some of them don't. So you have to have the extra gamepad. So that's another $40 there. You see what I'm going with this? Nintendo has really, at least in my opinion, has really dropped the ball in terms of the aware of the customer relation with the game relation. Okay, because I understand that making consoles is expensive. I understand that Nintendo has this thing where they want people to buy certain things. I understand that, and I've got no problem with that. Okay, my biggest problem is with Nintendo is the sudden cost of certain things. Like, you get the base system and you think, oh, you're going to get this, you're going to get that, you're going to get this, and then all of a sudden, it's like DLC. Hey, we need more money from you. Now, I'm not saying that PlayStation or Microsoft didn't do the same thing with PS4 and Xbox One. In certain things, they did. But in terms of what you get for the value, now, when I picked up my PS4, I bought a pretty much a used PS4. That's essentially what I picked up. Used PS4, I got a game, and I got a controller with the charge cord, and the HDMI cable. I got a headset with it. I mean, I got the whole thing. And I only paid, about $350 for it. Now, I did have to buy a game, but my first game that I actually bought was relatively cheap. It was $20. Okay, so I paid $370. I got a game, and I got a controller, and I got a charge cord, and I got all the other stuff that you normally would get if it were brand new in the box. I got all that. Now, I did eventually pick up a second controller. The second controller, it ran me $30. Okay, so I got a second controller. So when I play with friends and whatnot, I have an opportunity to play with them. So, um, can I move this? Yeah, I can. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So I'm playing, you know, um, with my friends and stuff like that, and for me, and maybe it's just me, maybe the way I'm looking at it is that it's going to cost so much money for the average person to buy a Nintendo Switch, and then on top of that, add all the stuff that you're going to need. Plus, there's going to be things that you're going to have to think about for the future. So you're thinking carrying case in case you want to take it over to a friend's house. You're thinking you're going to need a screen protector. That's going to be $20 alone because you can't buy a third-party screen protector because Nintendo won't allow it. They won't allow third-party companies to actually make, you know, a screen protector. So you're buying this, you're buying that, and you're buying this, and you're buying that, and you're buying this, and you're buying that. That's where I get kind of disillusioned, I should say, with you know, um, Nintendo because Nintendo, like I said, they go after YouTubers, they go after people doing live streams of their games, and it's games that are 20 years old. I've had my videos flagged. I'm sure a lot of people have had their videos flagged, and it's getting to the point where it's like, what the fuck, Nintendo? Um, and I just kind of feel like Nintendo doesn't understand that the customers are the lifeblood of your company. I don't think the Switch is the step in the right direction for Nintendo. I think it's the wrong idea. I think it's the wrong time to make the Switch. And I think it's just a really poor console. Not just in terms of memory. I mean, I was talking to a couple people that I know, and a bunch of them have said multiple times, graphically, sound, the overall programming of the console is really poor. Like, they didn't spend a lot of money. They kind of just threw something together because they were hoping to get something out quick because the Wii U kind of failed. And I know there's going to be a lot of Nintendo fanboys that are going to be, flagging this video and, basically saying that, oh, Nintendo's the best company ever and stuff like that. No, they're not. Nintendo hasn't been relevant since probably Nintendo 64. We did pretty good in terms of sales wise, but I think a lot of people, that bought the Wii just wanted the console to have for like family and things like that. I think that a lot of people didn't really buy the console for gaming. They bought it for getting people together in a room and actually sitting down and you know hanging out with their fans, their friends and their family, on a Saturday night. Um, but in terms of the console itself, the Switch, to me, doesn't have any selling points that make me go, oh, I gotta have it. Like with PS4, Xbox One, I struggled for the longest time deciding which one I was going to get because both of them are pretty damn good consoles, and both of them have really good memory, and both of them have really good games with them. The launch titles for the Wii U and the Switch, the Wii U, I mean, if you go back and you look at some of the, don't worry about my dog, sorry about that. But if you go back and you look at the Wii U's launch titles, half of those games are games that nobody remembers. That's how bad it is. But then there's, you know, games that were really good, like the Zelda game that came out. That was a really good game. Switch only has Breath of the Wild coming out. That's it. Breath of the Wild coming out. And there's no other really big games coming to the Nintendo Switch. At least they haven't been announced yet. So you only got one Zelda game that looks decent, and you have no other games that are going to be coming out for the Switch that are from reputable companies, you know? So, I haven't seen anything from EA. I haven't seen anything from some of the other, you know, reputable companies. You know, like, all right, let's go through the list. EA or Bethesda or any company like that. I mean, shit. Even if they got freaking oh, what's that one company? Even if they got Konami to freaking come out with, you know, a Metal Gear Solid game for the Switch, maybe, you know, that would be a decent thing. But there's really no third party, you know, games either that are attention grabbing games. You know, for me, I kind of feel like Nintendo doesn't understand the customer base anymore. You know, I think the people that are running Nintendo don't understand that gamers want a console that is going to play games and is going to look great and is going to, you know, when you download a game, it's going to be an awesome game, and you know you want to keep the cost of the games and, you know, the accessories down a little bit because you want those customers to go out and actually spend money on buying things that they absolutely think they need to have for their friends, or they're, you know, getting together with people that they know and playing the console. Nintendo hasn't done that. They haven't done that in, God, since the Wii U. I remember the Wii U when it came out. The Wii U, when it came out, I remember thinking back to myself that there are so many games that could come out with that system. Like, you know, you could port Metal Gear Solid 5 probably to the Wii U. You know, I was thinking that's originally what they were going to do, because around the time that was released, it was rumored to be in production. I thought, okay, that's going to be a really cool freaking game to play on, you know, Nintendo and whatnot. Even if it Capcom had come out with a Resident Evil game, I mean, that would have been really cool. But they didn't do that. They said, well, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. And then nobody heard anything. A lot of the games, like I said, when Wii U launched were absolute crap. And then I saw just recently people are saying that, you know, Nintendo is going to be releasing a bunch of games and they haven't had names with it yet and all that other bullshit. That's why I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch. I'm not buying it. Almost said Wii U. Sorry. But I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch because, to me, the cost of the Nintendo Switch and the idea of the Nintendo Switch is just, for me as a gamer, I'm not looking forward to having the Nintendo Switch, you know, in my living room playing it. And some people may feel different, and that's okay. I just don't like the idea. I don't like the concept of the Switch. So I would advise you don't buy a Nintendo Switch. Wait a little while. Wait about a year before yeah, Nintendo has time to put it out. Maybe they'll include some extra memory with everyone. Who knows what will happen in a year? I recommend staying away from Nintendo Switch for right now. Let's see what happens with the console, and if I'm right, it's not going to sell past Wii U's numbers. It is going to be a Wii U type of console where it sells only a limited amount based on the market condition. I think Nintendo made a critical error making the Switch, and it's just from my initial seeing the system, going through the price of everything, looking at the price versus cost, and then on top of that, looking at the lack of games that are coming out. I think Nintendo has really screwed itself. And, well, honestly, the only time will tell. So, this is Stuff 218, Paranormal Video Gamer. Thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to write in and let me know. All right. Later, all.